Hey everybody, it's Doug here. Welcome back to our playthrough of Townsfolk Tussle, where we are just getting started with the second round of gameplay, and that means that Deputy Wagons is going to go next. Now, I do have to keep in mind that he does have a special negative ability. It didn't happen last turn, so it's fine, but it says malfunctioning revolver. Whenever Wagons takes an action, if a Townsfolk does not take damage by the end of the action, Wagons takes 1 damage. This triggers the Ruffian's this triggers after the Ruffian's trigger ability. So we have to keep that in mind as we play. I just got to remember that. I don't know how exactly I remember that every time, but we'll see. Because there's a likelihood of that happening, and we'll see how it goes. Anyway, we're going to get started right now. I'm not going to wait. I don't have any preamble. There's a big episode. We went through the whole setup last time. We're all good there. Let's just get started and draw Deputy Wagons' next card. What's that smell? The landscape is littered with little surprises from Wagons. Target all Townsfolk inside a train space. That will be Henlo Bulwark. Attempt to move completely into the closest terrain feature. Each target looks down and finds themselves knee-deep in a heap pile of doggy droppings. They take 1 damage and must unequip any equipped gear, any equipped leg gear. Any target that did not have leg gear equipped loses 1 movement. Well, okay, well that sucks because we were going to actually do something with that, but here's what Wagons does. It says, attempt to move completely into the to the closest person. Well, completely is relative. I mean, he's got a move of 6, so he's just going to go 1, 2 to right there, and now he's right next to Henlo. Henlo finds herself knee-deep in doggy poo-poo, which means she's going to take a 2nd damage. That's her 2nd one. This is rough. Let's look. Okay, she's at 2. She's got to get out of there, and she has to unequip her legs. Now, she can re-equip them. She's probably going to run away. She needs to get to the well or something. Maybe she'll find something in the cornfield there. I don't know, but yeah, it's not good. So I think I'm going to look at the phases. I think we can do during this phase. I believe we can equip an item. I'm going to double check that, and I will get back to you. It doesn't matter, but that's Wagons' turn. That's his whole turn. That's what he does his turn. So he played the card, What's That Smell? And rushed in and downloaded and dumped a bunch of dog poop in the cornfield on Henlo. Well, it doesn't matter because Henlo's not going first. So first off, we're going to go in beating order, which means that Georgie, who's way the heck over here, gets to go next. So Wagons is done. He's done his thing. He moved over to Henlo and did his dog poopy thing. That's just wonderful. He hasn't shot those crazy guns yet, though. For Georgie, I think we're going to use his special ability, which will consume 2 of his 4 mocks, and it's called Quick Trotter. It allows him to move 4. Now he doesn't have any ranged attacks, so it's going to be we're going to get him up there. So we're going to use his Trotter ability. It's going to take him 1, 2, 3, 4. That takes 2 of his mocks. I guess he could do it again and then move, but he's got such a huge movement. It's 6 right now, so I think he'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and get up here with our guy Norman Fishboy. And I have 2 mocks left. What do I want to do with that? What do I do with that? I don't think there's much I can do. I can do move 4 straight ahead, but do I really want to do that? That puts him in attack range. But of course, well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I mean, we could use the leftovers, consumable stuff. Yeah, okay. We have the ability to heal ourselves. Maybe we'll do that. We'll use our other 2 mocks for this round to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're right next to him. I don't know what that's going to do to us. I don't know if that's a good or bad idea, but that's Yeah, he moved like crazy this turn. So that's Georgie Iron Gut. He is done. Next up, we're going to Norman Fishboy. Norman Fishboy has a movement of 4. So I don't know that I can get to him. I can get... Let's do this. What can we get out of the vegetable patch? Let's see. Now, again, I know something that I have to take care of, but I got to pretend like the other ones don't. Once per fight, each townfolk may end their turn inside the vegetable patch to restore 1 HP. I don't think we're going to do that, but he also cannot attack. So I think what we'll do is we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. That actually puts him in range right there. So we can do that, and then we'll use our 2 mocks to attack with the reliable rod. Now it's a melee weapon, right? It's only got a normally has a range of 2 already, but he's got +2 range with his lengthy limbs. I don't think it matters if we were 4 away or not. I don't want to use the... He doesn't need to go on the vegetable patch. And Wagons has this thing where he goes into these terrains and causes problems. So I don't want him to go in there necessarily. So I think getting 2 away and doing another damage is probably going to be helpful. Now, he's got quite the bit of aim. He's got an aim of 2. So we're going to add 2 to this, and he needs a 6 or higher. So we rolled a 7, so he hit. And that's going to do 1 more point to our Ruffian Wagons and also trigger a breakpoint. Now, Henlo is not happy about that because we know that she's got Provoker, which she wants to trigger a breakpoint. Now, what happens when you trigger a breakpoint? It's actually really simple. We're just going to draw another card. I'm trying to see if it shows that anywhere on the like turn order, just so I can show you that. It doesn't really. I guess you just have to look at breakpoints in the book. Triggering a breakpoint. Yeah, once Ruffian's hit points drop to a certain amount, they hit a breakpoint. There's a threshold marked in red at certain points, right? It drops below that. The townsfolk immediately ends, which is fine because that was Norman Fishboy's final turn anyway. And the Ruffian takes an action. So we immediately take an action, disrupting everything. So let's see what Deputy Wagons is going to do after that breakpoint. The perfect shot. Wagons turns in your direction. The barrel of his revolvers line up perfectly with you. Target: closest townfolks outside of a terrain. That's going to be Georgie Iron Gut. We'll take a look at that in a minute, and I'll show you that. I turned Wagons to face him. So move towards the target, then trigger the after effect. Wagons plops down and stares at the target. He's surprisingly still. At the start of the next Ruffian action, if the target is not more than 5 squares away from Wagons, they're shot for 2 damage. Wow, I don't have a way to get Georgie away because this is in a break in the turn. Wagons is going to go next. I mean, he's going to go before our guy Georgie. So that's a problem. Let's take a look at that. I knew it was a mistake to move him up here, but I did it anyway just to see if we could get something done. We have Georgie right there. That's bad news. So he's going to take 2 damage. Now he can only take 3, but he does have a way to heal himself a little bit, and we have some other things for healing. So we're okay there, I think. Unfortunately, that is the end of Norman's turn, and now Henlo, she goes last in this turn, and she is already in trouble. I think the first thing she's going to do is attempt to activate the cornfield. And why am I doing that? Because the cornfield, while it can give you stuff, she wants to get rid of this, and I think that or the fence would have been the 2 best things. You're tossing some rocks down a hill and accidentally cause a small avalanche. Some of the terrain looks damaged. Hopefully it doesn't cause any issues. Keep this face down in front of you. The next time another townsfolk interacts with a non-final fight terrain piece, reveal this card. Cancel that interaction. Okay, so she can't trigger it. So maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I just want to get away from Wagons and head toward the well or something, right? Or over to the patch. Let me see, what kind of movement does she have? She's got a movement of 5. So I think she'll spend a Moxie. She's only got 2, but I think she'll spend 1 on this. And roll a die and see if we can get something good out of the overgrown cornfield. 9, that's great, a great roll because she doesn't have this equipped right now, so she doesn't get that bonus. But a 9, oh man, you see a way out of the corn stalks. Your turn continues as normal. Oh man, we could have received a gear, but we didn't. We needed a 10. So see, this is where her awesome equipment would have come into play, but I didn't want to spend 2 Moxie. I couldn't spend 2 Moxie re-equipping it. So now she will move. She's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's heading for the... you know what? Before we do that, I'm going to spend a moxie to hit Wagons with the wheat sickle. There's no reason not to. The wheat sickle is a 5. We need a 6+ because her accuracy is a -1. So we need a 5, but we're going to get -1 to our roll. A 2. Wait, somebody had something with a 2. Not her. Okay. Anyway, so she missed. She whiffed. Didn't whiff, but she missed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she's going to head toward the corn patch there. Hopefully she does not get attacked. That would be bad. Oh, right. That was rough. Okay, that is unfortunately the end of our turn. Heck, this guy's the chump, and we're having some problems. So here's what's going to happen. So we're going to do this perfect shot. It says, after effect, Wagons plops down and stares at the target. He's surprisingly still. At the start of the next Ruffian action, which is now, if the target does not move 5 away, then the townsfolk takes 2 damage. I mean, this could be really bad for us. Georgie's already at 2, so he's only got 1 more left before he's knocked out. The wagon goes rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat and shoots Georgie. Georgie's not happy with that, but now we have to draw another card. Puppy eyes. Aw, target closest townfolk. That's going to be Georgie. Attempt to move completely into the vegetable patch. The vegetable patch, okay. He can't move through players, so we'll see if he can do that. The target begins to feel uncomfortable beating down this poor misguided mutt. They must choose one. Take pity. Unequip a weapon of your choice if it cannot be equipped for the remainder of the fight. Wow. Feel remorse and keep this card in front of the target. Whenever you deal damage to Wagons, lower your AC by 1 or unequip a weapon of your choice. Oh man, that's going to be against the closest townfolk. So that's going to happen to Georgie. I'm going to put this card in front of Georgie for the moment. Okay, now we got to try and move Wagons. I just want to look at the movement rules for Ruffians. I know they're not blocked by terrain, but I'm pretty sure that they cannot move through through another target. So let me look at that. I'll be right back. Okay, well, we're going to see some pushing here because he wants to get fully into the vegetable patch there. Now, nobody gets hurt from what I understand. They just get bumped out of the way. I mean, that would be terrible if, like, there are some monsters in, like, the other game that's like this that will absolutely kill you if you get run into. But when we collide here, we just move people around. So basically, after that, he's going to go 1. No, not 1. He's got a movement of 6. So 1, 2, that gets both of them. 3, 4, and he'll turn around to face them. He always turns around to face them. So he's going to get bumped that way. She's going to get bumped that way to clear the way for him. And he made it into the vegetable patch. That's going to be his turn. Now, I left Georgie Iron Gut with the puppy eyes right now. At least he didn't take any more damage. But we did take damage this turn, so his the Deputy Wagons' weakness is not triggered. So far, he's managed to damage one of us every turn so far. Now we're going to get on to our turn. Now we are going to go with Georgie Iron Gut. And we are going to consume his stale cake right now for 1 point of damage. Now he's got 2 items in his inventory that he has, but that one does not. Now he's got a special ability as well called Leftovers. Consumables you consume do not need to be discarded on use. They can be used once per fight. So he discards it. He used it, but he is back to another health. Now Georgie actually does a lot of damage, so I kind of want to get him into a place where he does damage, but I'm worried about him because he's hurt. But I don't think, and he's got this puppy eyes thing. And right now he has a +1 accuracy, so we don't necessarily want to lose that either. And I only have 1 weapon, so I can't unequip it. Maybe what we do is we find a way to get another weapon. That's a possibility. We have some things. I can also get him healed in the vegetable patch. Get to the haystack. There's stuff in the haystack. I don't know. This is a challenging mission already. But anyway, let's get Georgie going. He's got a huge movement of 6. So I think we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 right behind Deputy Wagons. He's moved into the vegetable patch, which means once per fight, each townsfolk may end their turn inside the vegetable patch and restore 1 HP. We're going to do that, so now he's at full health. But that's the only time he can do that in a fight. I don't know how you mark that, but we just got to remember he did that. And then he is going to attempt to attack with the wheat sickle. He is going to suffer this, though, this penalty to his accuracy this turn, because he's feeling bad about hitting the poor stray puppy. Oh, man, but we got to do it. So he's using his dad's head hammer. It's costing 3 moxie. He's got 4 total mox, so he's okay there. Needs a 5, so right now a 4+, and he's going to do 2 damage. A 9, so he wallops. That's a 10, but that's not an actual roll of a 10. That's what that is. But it does do 2 damage to the dog, and we'll take care of a couple things in this. So we got Wagons down to 10 health, and then we're just going to pop on down here to his card and lower that accuracy. That is too bad. Oh, he had a 0, so he rolled a 9. He just got a 9. It wasn't a 10. But that's okay. He hit anyway, and he does now have a -1 attack to hit Wagons. Now, that can go all the way down to a -4, so we got to be a little careful. I think that was a good turn for him, but we got to be a little more careful about hitting him. He might have to go round up some stuff from the train. Okay, next up we have Norman Fishboy. Norman has been doing pretty well at smacking down Wagons, and he does not have this effect on him that we have to deal with. He's got his... he can get 4 away. Think about it. He can get 4 away with that rod. I think he should not be close. He's been doing really good at not taking damage, and he's right here. So I could get him into the cornfield. Now the problem with Norman is he's only got 2 moxie, so if every time we attack we do not get to do this, which would trigger, let's see if this is worth doing. See, we can do 1 damage to the Ruffian, 3 gold, or 1 damage to the Ruffian. This gives him a point. But it cost him a mox. So I could do that and then go into the cornfield and try to get some stuff maybe from the cornfield. Now we know that's not going to work because of Henlo's secret town event, but that is what it is. So I think, because he'll also, well, let's move him, because he's definitely going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Can he get to there? He can with his movement, right? His movement is a 4. 1, 2, no, he can't. 3, yeah, he can. He can go 1, 2, 3, 4 and face that way. He's in the patch and he's facing Wagons. Now, the question is, do I do that and use this magic hat to trigger that event? I can still do, you know what, that's probably worth doing, because if I do trigger this, it's going to do 1 damage. That costs 1 mox, and it costs 1 mox to deal with the cornfield, I believe. Overgrown cornfield. If the town folks begins their turn, oh, never mind. So he just moved into there. He doesn't get to do any of this. Okay, never mind. So that's not yet. So he's got 2 mox. He can do. I think he's going to do the magic hat. So for 1 mox, he's going to roll a die to do the magic hat. Let's hope it pays off. A 2. It fails. Okay, so he did not get to do his special ability, and now he's only got 1 mox. So I think that's going to be it for him. He can't really do anything else. That sucks. Oh well, we tried to get in there. Now he'll start his turn in the cornfield. Maybe that'll give him a benefit. Maybe it won't. But anyway, that's going to be his turn. So we did not do any damage to the Ruffian this turn. We tried to do something cool. Could have been a bad idea. We'll see. All right, now we got Henlo. Well, Henlo needs some health, right? I think the Wishing Well, the Mushroom Patch, all of those give health. But in the Vegetable Patch, oops, sorry, we could bump the camera. In the Vegetable Patch, we can get 1 health, but in the Wishing Well, we can get a lot of stuff, right? I think we'll go... She's going to spend... It takes 2 coins, and she has 5. So here's what she's going to do this turn. She's going to spend 2 of her mox. She's got a mox of 2 to re-equip her leg gear, so that when she does go into the fields, it's better. She will go. She's got a movement of 5, so she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to here to the Wishing Well. She's going to spend 2 coins. I mean, she's going to get rid of this 5 and get 3 back, and she's going to roll on what happens in the Wishing Well. So let's get the die out. We've been rolling mediocre. Let's see if we can 5. I don't think that's going to do much. The Wishing Well with a 5. 4 to 7. You wish for better health, and it somehow works. Restore 1 HP. Now, because that's Henlo, that event of hers does not trigger, but she just got healthier. All right. Well, that was not terrible. And then last but not least, that's it. That's the end of our turn. So, we're going to wrap that up. There's really nothing else you do there once you end your turn. The Ruffian comes into play. So let's go take a look at what we're going to do there with Deputy Wagons. Well, Deputy Wagons might do some bad stuff this turn. We'll see. Zoomies! Wagons starts spinning in a circle. He can't handle all the excitement. Target the farthest townfolk. That's Henlo. Okay. Move towards the target. Suddenly, Wagons freezes in place, drool running down his face. Perhaps he came back to his senses. If there are 3+ townfolks on the board, trigger the after effect. Well, there will be. So we're going to move him toward the furthest townfolk. That's what it says. Target, furthest townfolk. Move towards the target. Okay. Wagons goes crazy. He's going to turn. That doesn't cost him anything, but he's going to get to move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he can get to Henlo. That's not great. And then we're going to trigger the after effect. After a brief moment of clarity, Wagons begins to shake and yelp uncontrollably. Remove this card from the game, reshuffle the action deck, and play 2 additional actions. Oh my god! Alright, well this card's gone from his deck, but we're going to take everything he's done and reshuffle it back in, and then do 2 more of them. So Henlo might be in a lot of trouble. She's still got damage on her. She can't take a lot. Now remember, she can heal others. We haven't had to do that yet. And she's got the headless chicken ability, so one time she's going to end up, well, in an interesting place. Okay, I think I've shuffled this enough. Let's do a couple more. Then we're going to draw our first one, see what Deputy Wagons does. Hefty bullet, target farthest townfolk. Well, right now that is going to be Georgie. Good thing we just healed him. Range attack. If the target is within 8 squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 7 squares. Wow. They are walloped by a bulky bullet, taking 2 damage. The damage is reduced by 1 if the target is standing inside terrain, so that is reduced by 1. Then move Wagons towards the target. Okay. Well, so Wagons turns, shoots the heck out of Georgie, but Georgie was in the field, so he only takes 1 damage. We're okay there. He took 1 damage. Now, Wagons goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and moves right up to Iron Gut again. I mean, he's just all over the board, isn't he? And then we're going to draw yet another card for our second one. Ricochet shot. Target closest townfolk outside of a terrain piece. That is going to be Henlo. If none, move Wagons completely to the closest terrain feature and immediately end the action. Okay, but we do have one. We have Henlo. Range attack. If target is within 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. God, they're always just right in range. Take 1 damage. Move Wagons toward the furthest townfolk. After effect, all townfolks within 4 squares of the target are hit with a ricocheting bullet and do 1 damage. Well, good news is 1, 2, 3, 4. None of them are. So Henlo is going to take a 2nd point of damage. That's bad. Wagons is going back. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it goes right back to there and faces off against Henlo. I hope I did all that right. That was kind of a crazy turn, but that's it. It's done. And man, that ricochet shot would have been really bad if they were all within 4 of Henlo, but they weren't. So that's good. Now we're going to the turn of Georgie. And imagine in all of that Georgie did not get walloped on. That is just crazy. Well, Georgie can't do the vegetable patch anymore. What do the mushrooms give us? What if we go there? We've got to get some stuff going here. A bad idea on a 1, 2, 3 to 6. Hit spot, restore a hit point. On 7+, you're sent +3 movement, +1 mocks. Oh my gosh. Well, I don't like that because his accuracy is getting walloped on right there. We could head toward the enemy and the fishing. I mean, he can get to combat range, and I think that's important. Even though he's going to continually lose accuracy, which is terrible. Man. And I don't know, I'm thinking about this, I don't think this actually triggered, did it? I mean, it was against him, I think, when he got hit. It wasn't against no one. So I think we're going to go 1, 2, wait, let's go 1, 2, 3. He's got 6 movement, 4, 5, 6. Okay, he can get right up behind him. Does he hit him? Does he hit him? With Dad's head hammer. It's 2 points of damage. He's the best one to do the damage. This is a... And I can't... If I unequip it, I have no weapon. So we can't do that. I think we're going to have to suffer. Right now we're 0, or we're -1. -1. So I need to roll a 6 or better to hit, and then we're going to go to -2. It's really bad. A 3. So we miss, but we still swung at him. It doesn't say if it hit. Let's see. Take pity. No. You must choose one. Fight in front of him whenever you deal damage to Wagons. Lower your AC. Okay, we did not deal damage, so we did not lower our AC. That took 3 Moxie. He's only got 4, so he's got 1 left, but he can't do anything really with that. So that's the end of that. And I want to get his bonus for careful planning, so I'm not going to I can't re-equip anything. I don't want to re-equip anything. Does it say re-equip or equip new? Complete a fight without changing your equipped gear. Okay, well, does it count? Does this count as not? If I I can't re-equip that. It doesn't matter. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right. Now let's go with Norman. Now we got Norman up. Norman doesn't really have to move. But what we could do... Oh, he starts his turn in the overgrown patch, so he has to roll a 4. I don't know what that's going to do. That's not going to be the worst thing. So you see a way out of the cornfield, you continue your turn as normal. So he didn't do anything there. But this triggers now for sure, right? Keep this card. The next time a Townsfolk interacts with a non-final fight terrain piece, reveal this card. Wait, didn't we do that with... Is that an interaction? I mean, you're just standing in it. It just says if you stand in it, vegetable patch. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This is kind of wonky, but I'm going to say that it's going to affect the cornfield. Because I don't think... Yeah, I don't know. The next time another Townsfolk crosses a non-final fight, reveal this card, cancel the interaction. So that would mean that... Because Georgie healed one there. So I think that actually... I'm going to do this right. Georgie would actually be at 2 damage total because he did heal one there. And that would mean this terrain... feature is defunct, and there's no real way to mark that, I don't think, but we know that. So the secret, the accidental avalanche took place. The vegetable field got covered in an avalanche, so it's no good to Norman. He's the only one that didn't go there. But we're on Norman's turn. Sorry to backtrack there. I just want to make sure I was capturing everything correctly. There's a few things like there's a number of things to keep track of in the game. While it's fun solo, it plays best with multiple people because of that. However, I think what we're going to do with Norman is we're going to go 1, 2. He's got a movement of 4, right? So let's do that again. I think I'm just going to turn him and attack the dog there, and then we'll move out. So he's just going to attack there. He's going to use his 2 mocks to use his reliable rod for 1 point of damage. He rolls a 2. That's like the 3rd or 4th 2 in a row that I've rolled. So he misses. Somebody has if they roll a 2 or less. Who is that? Was that Iron Gut? Because he rolled a 2 as well on his attack. I got to look at the... Yeah, bad break. Bad break. Okay, so he does get to do this. Take damage... No. Careful planning. Learn from your mistakes. If you roll a 2 or lower when attacking the Ruffian, which we did do, he did, we get this. So 1 and +2 accuracy. I think what we'll do is... We're going to take that, and we're going to get the +2 accuracy because it's going to go down from hitting him. So we'll do that. So he completed his... Sorry, I keep backtracking, but there's so much to keep track of. I am at least getting it right. But yeah, he rolled a 2 on his attack, and now he rolled a 2 on his attack. But he's still got his movement. And I think we're going to need to get some things done. So I think 1, 2, 3... 4. He's going to move over. He's going to head that way toward the Wishing Well, maybe get some things done there. I don't know. And then Henlo. Now, Henlo has not been very good at attacking either, and she's hurt again. But what she can do, she's got a movement of 6. Of course, she has to go around the well and Wagons. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 behind Wagons here. And she's going to use her pinch provisions. Costs 2 moxie, but it heals an adjacent character 1 health. That means Georgie gets healed for 1, and he does not have that that card that allows him to heal, that helps him from being healed by somebody. I think that's Norman, right? Yeah. Yeah, bad break, careful planning. Okay, yeah. All right, so that's what Henlo did. That's her entire turn. She moved over and tried to heal up Georgie, and successfully, so he's got some health back. But, man, we're not doing enough damage to our Ruffian. He's still at 10. That's not great. All right, well, speaking of the Ruffian, we're back around. Please let me know if I'm making some mistakes. I think I'm catching everything slowly but surely as we play through this first Ruffian. But the one I was talking about was cherished. Also, if he loses a gear, if Ruffian action causes you to lose a gear, you gain this, which is pretty good. That is very likely to happen with Wagons. So let's go back to Wagons. He's going to take his next action. Spinning revolver. Wagons rolls all around in the dirt while his revolver shoots off wildly. Target all town folks within 6 squares. 1, 2, that's all of them. Okay. Divide 2 damage between all targets. Players must choose. Move Wagons completely into the closest terrain feature. Then, if there are 4 townsfolk on the board, trigger the after effect. Okay, so let's start with the first part. Divide 2 damage. Now, if I were playing these characters separately, I would think that Georgie would probably volunteer. Henlo cannot take that damage, so it's going to have to be Norman and Georgie, or Norman. But we got this. We got this. So this card here, this bad break. Take damage from a Ruffian action when none are targets. And our targets are all, well, it's not none, it's all. So I don't think that works. Okay, so that's not going to be good. We're definitely going to give Norman a point of damage, and we're going to give, I guess it says divide it between. Could I give them both to Norman? Because that would probably be the best thing to do. I think I can. It says divide him between it. He's going to take both points of damage, Norman is. And that's going to end, wait, not necessarily. We still got this after effect. Now it says move Wagons completely into the closest terrain feature. Okay. So he'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4 and shove him out of the way. And that's it. So it shoved Henlo out of the way. Okay. After effect. The bullets keep flying. Wagons trots by. Deal 1 damage to a target of your choice. Players must choose. Well, I guess that's going to... I don't want to keep damaging. I guess it's going to be Georgie. Gosh, that's awful. Okay, well, man, he's kicking our butts. This is supposed to be the weak guy. And he's doing damage, so his weakness never triggers. And we're not doing damage to him, so that's bad. Okay, well, I guess we're going to get started with our new round. Yeah, bummer. Now, the vegetable patch doesn't do anything anymore, so that's not helpful. Georgie... Should I send him to the well to try and get some health? But he's the one that can actually do damage. That's rough. Okay, well, I think... And he's also still suffering from the puppy eyes thing. This is really a tough game. Wow. Okay, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. I got an idea here. So we go move up 5 there. He's still got 1. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. Okay, there. I got this. I got this. All right. And then he's going to activate the well for 2 coins, which is all he has left. Hopefully we get something decent out of this. This would be really helpful. A 9. Okay, good, good, good. What happens in the 9 at the wishing well? Your eye catches something shiny in the well. Bucket wish granted. Receive the first card from the gear deck, worth 10 coins or less. You may equip it immediately. Wishing well can no longer be activated. So we can do that, but I think... Does he want to equip it immediately? You might have to forego this just to win the fight. Let's see what he gets first. I'm going to draw from deck number 2. Let's see what we get. Turtle shell. It's 9, so it's just under 10. Wow. It says 1 mocks take no damage from the Ruffian until your next turn. Man, it's a chest gear. We don't have any chest gear. I think we have to do this. Yeah, that's going to put his one of his feats out of commission, but I think we're going to have to immediately equip the chest gear. I don't see another option there, right? I mean, it's... Oh, you know what? I forgot these are special. Like, you can flip it to empty, so now we know that that's no good right there. It is, the well is empty. I think I can do the same thing on the vegetable patch, but nope. Okay, anyway, that was that cost him no moxie, so he's still got moxie. He's got 4. And so he's going to do his quick trotter for 2 and go 1, 2. Oh, he can't. He needs to be able to move 4. It says quick trotter, 2 mox, move 4 squares in a straight line. It must be exactly 4 squares. So I guess that's not helpful. See, I could have moved back 1 more. Let's say I did that just for the sake of the game. I could have moved back 1. He has more movement, so he can move back 1 because he had 1 movement left. And he'll trigger it for 4 and go 1, 2, 3, 4 right up to him with 2 mox, and then he's going to spend a mox to trigger this. Oh, it's once per fight. I don't know if he doesn't know if he's going to be triggered. But Henlo's going next. Maybe she can get out of the way. And so we're going to trigger that. Yeah, boom. We triggered this. We're going to try and not take the damage. We're going to try and draw the damage from him this turn. Okay, we'll see if this works. So right now he's got his turtle. He's ducked into his turtle shell. He gets to use it once per fight. So hopefully he gets attacked because he'll take no damage. Now we got Norman Fishboy. He's going to go next. That's a cool item, that turtle shell. Okay, I think Norman is just simply going to attack and then move away. So yeah, he's going to do that. Let's see if he can hit him now. A 4. Does he hit him? He might. He needs a 6. He's got a range. That goes +2. So he is exactly, because of his accuracy, is +2. So that puts it up to a 6. A 6 is what he needs to hit with his reliable rod. And yes, let's go do that damage. Whew, finally we did some damage to him again. Okay, that's 1 point. Let's go finish Norman's turn. Well, he didn't get to use his magic hat, but he's going to go, like, what's in the haystack? Can we get anything cool in the haystack? It's no good. You can't learn. Yeah, this is no good. The picnic's okay. The mushroom grove. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's his movement. So he's right there. Okay, he moved back 5. He's getting out of the range. We're all hoping that the good old Iron Gut gets the shot this turn from Wagons. Okay, next up we have Henlo. Henlo will... She's got good movement too, of 5. So she's going to go 1 here first. She's going to use her wheat sickle to try and attack him for 2 mox. That's going to be her entire mox. Or I could use, you know what? No, she's going to use her pinch provisions, 2 mox to heal, restore 1 hit point. So she's going to restore a health to Georgie Iron Gut. That was 1 of her 5 movement, and then she's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 back to here. Okay, hopefully Wagons doesn't kill everybody at that point. But healing Iron Gut takes care of it for next turn. Now we can get some attacks in, perhaps, and do some serious damage. We're almost at a break point again. We got 2 more break points. Okay, that's the end of that round. So we're going to get back to Deputy Wagons and see what he does. Play fetch. Target closest townfolks outside a terrain. That's going to be Henlo. If none, okay, but that's going to be Henlo. She's the closest target. Move towards the target. If Wagon reaches the target, deal 1 damage. Guess what? That's going to use... Wagons runs off with your wares. Target unequips a piece of gear of choice. She's only got... Well, she re-equipped her farmer overalls. Not going to do any good. Okay, and it cannot be equipped for the rest of the fight. Okay. All right, well, this is not working out the way we want. He's going to brush him aside and go 1, 2, 3, 4, right up to her. He's going to do 1 more damage to Henlo. So Henlo is KO'd, but there's a good thing. She's a headless chicken now. The first time you would be knocked out, per fight, you survive with 1 hit point and place yourself adjacent to another townfolk. So we're going to put that back there, and she is going to disappear and go all the way over to be next to Norman Fishboy. I'll show you that. So this is where, actually, she's going to go all the way here. She's going to start her turn, or continue her turn there in the Mushroom Grove. Okay, well, that was bad, but at least her special ability triggered in and saved the day. But don't I lose a piece of gear? Let's look at that, because this play fetch, right? Yeah. So she also loses, I think she'll lose the overalls, so she will turn those in. And then after fact, Wagons runs off with your wares. Yeah. gear of your choice that cannot be used. Move Wagons toward if Wagon reaches to 1 damage. After runs off with your wares. It doesn't say he goes anywhere, it just says runs off. Target unequips a piece of gear. Okay, so we did that, and that is the end of Wagon's turn. Good gosh. Alright, well, we know we don't have any more on the well, but we know that Georgie can take at least 1 hit, probably, and he can do a wallop on him. So we're going to move 1, 2 there, so we can hit Wagons with Georgie. He goes first after Wagons. Let's see if he can actually do some damage. A 7, that is going to hit. He needs a 5, and right now he's got a +1, so that's going to give him an 8. Of course, his accuracy now drops down to 0. Remember, he got an accuracy bonus for completing one of his feats. And that's going to do 2 damage and trigger a breakpoint for Wagons. So here we are with Wagons. He's going to take 2 points. He's down to 7. And we're going to draw another card. Now that ended Georgie's turn. I didn't plan that well. He should have run away, but we couldn't do it. Target closest town folks outside training school. Georgie, move towards the target. If he reaches him, do the after effect. After effect. Wagons' revolver points at the target's head and the trigger pulls. Target rolls. Oof. Okay, let's go do that. Alright, what do we get? A 2. That's got to be bad. I just have a feeling. How unlucky. The target receives 1 hit, takes 1 hit point. Oh, the target set the target to 1 hit point. Okay, well that's okay. That just means he took another damage effectively. If it was 4 to 8, nothing happened. 9, the shot backfires. That would have been nice, but that didn't happen. So another point to Georgie. I'm just looking at his stuff. I don't think he's going to gain the first one. So he doesn't gain anything yet, and he did equip something, so he's down to just, he's only going to get the 1 feat that he's got so far. That's all that's going to happen for him. Because I don't think he can do the other one either at this point. Let's see, what's the other one? Bad break. Take damage from a ruffian action where the target none or targets multiple. Oh, you know, he would have gotten that, guys, because when I target all 6 folks, so he would have gotten that. Do I want the +2 coins, or would I have done the damage to... Well, it's too late. I'm going to just take the 2 coins, and he has that as well. He's back to 2 coins. Not very much, but so he got 2 of his feats, but only one of them's worth a point. We need to make sure to carefully read the feats as we play. Okay, Norman Fishboy's up. Now, Norman Fishboy, he's pretty far away, but he can get in and attack from pretty far away. I don't think he's going to make it this turn. So I think what he's going to do is he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's moving to get up there again. He was going to go on the mushroom field, but I'm going to let Henlo do that since he's in a lot better shape than Henlo. He's going to spend 1 moxie to do his magician's hat. So let's see if he can get it done. A 1. Of course not. Well, I don't think a whiff matters on this, but basically we're trying to do this, right? So on an 8+, remove yourself from the board, because then he gets his feat for doing that. He's tried. That was 1 mox, right? 1 mox. You know what? He can do that again. It doesn't say once per turn, does it? No, he can try it again. He's going to use his other mox to try it again. A 5. Nope, so he fails at that as well. He does not trigger that ability. God, if he can do that, he'll get this one. I can get 3 coins or damage on the Ruffian. Man, that's too good to pass up, and a point, which he needs. Because right now, Georgie's winning the fight from the round. And even though this is cooperative, there is a kind of competitive element to it. So, okay, that's Georgie. I'm sorry, that's not Georgie. That was Norman Fishboy. He is done. I was hoping he'd get out of there. Okay, Henlo, she is in the Mushroom Grove. She's going to spend her mox, 1 mox, to eat some mushrooms. She's only got 2 mox, so she won't be able to re-equip her other gear. She can't equip her pants anymore, so it's too bad. Let's see what she gets. Hopefully she gets a decent roll. A 9. That's going to do it. Okay, best roll you can get. You are sent on a psychedelic rampage. You get +3 movement, +1 mox, but lose 2 AC. Remove the Mushroom Grove from the board. So the Mushroom Grove is actually gone, and we're going to fix her stats here. So her ability to hit is just gotten really bad. It's -2 accuracy, so she's now at -3. But her mox went up 1, so she's got 3 mox, and her movement went up 3. 1, 2, 3. She can hustle, but I don't know what good it's going to do us. I guess she can hustle over to an item and use it. I don't know. All right, well, that is going to be the end of her turn. No, that's the beginning of her turn. She hasn't moved yet, so let's move her. Okay, she's got a movement of 8, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think you can hop the fence, right? Hop the fence. If you're on the long side of the fence, you may hop it to the opposite side for 1 mox. She does have 1 mox, so she'll do that. She can also break it, but I don't know what that does. Oh, if she gets a 4+, 1 mox she has to roll. So she's going to do that. Okay, she's going to try and hop the fence. She rolls a 4 exactly, so she can't hop the fence. She's going to hop the fence to there. And then, since that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 right to there. She's got 7, 8, 9. She'll just dump right in there in the haystack. Now, she can't do this. She doesn't have any more mocks, so she can't try to hide. So she's going to stay right where she's at for now. And that's going to be the end of her turn. And then we got, and that's it. That was all of them. That's a bummer. All right, well, you know what? This is probably going to be a long video. I'm going to take a moment to see if we're going to end here. I might keep going. I'll give you a second. If I just keep filming, you know I kept going. Anyway, I'll be right back. Yeah, we're going to keep on going. And we are back around then to Deputy Wagons' turn. So, he's got 7 health left out of 14. So he's 13 or 14. So we got him halfway there. Let's see what we can do here. The perfect shot. Uh-oh, Wagons turns in your direction. The barrel of his revolvers lines up perfectly with you. Target closest townfolk outside of the terrain space. Well, that's going to be George Iron Gut. Georgie. He's about to go down, I think. If none. Okay, but there is one. Okay. Move towards the target, then trigger the after effect. Well, we don't have to really move. He's already there. He's just going to turn around. And we'll get him in line of sight. Their after effect, when Wagons plops down and stares at the target, he's surprisingly still. I feel like we've seen this one before, but this is a different one. Oh, because we reshuffled it, that's right. At the start of the next Ruffian action, if the target is not more than 5 squares away from Wagons, they're damaged for 2. Well, I think with Georgie, we can get away from that. And it's pretty, because he's got some cool abilities to be able to do that. Yeah. So I think we can get away from that and get 5 away. That would be very, very helpful. So that is actually Wagons' whole turn. He turns around, he locks on to Georgie. Now we're going to go, in fact, to Georgie and take his turn. Now I don't think he's got his bad break and he got his learn from mistakes, but I don't think he's going to get the careful planning. Well, he could. No, we did the turtle shell, so he can't get that. But what can we do with him? We remember we got the puppy eyes still going on. So if he actually attacks, his attack uses 3 moxie out of 4. He's got great movement. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to attack him once for a couple points, but 2 points will not put him at a break point. So we're okay there. Let's see if we can attack him. And then we're going to skedaddle, get the heck out of there. So let's see what we do. An 8. Right now we're still at a 0, so that's an 8. So that's good with his dad's head's hammer. He does hit. It's a 5+, does 2 damage. So we just did 2 damage to Deputy Wagons. Now we're talking down to 5. We're getting there. Hopefully we can survive it. And then he's going to take off running. So we need to get him 5 away. And I think what we're going to do is... God, I can't get around this thing though. It'd be awesome to go around here maybe, but I don't want to take the risk. I think we're going to go... He's got a movement of 6. 1, yeah, we can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're 6 away from him now. He's right there. And I was thinking about using that last movement to get even further away from him and use his quick trotter ability. But I think we're just going to hang on right there. He is far enough away. But you know what? Does this happen first? Let's take a look. At the start of the next Ruffian phase. So before he moves, that's going to happen, which means he's out of the way. Okay, and I'm just going to double check, make sure it is targeting him. So yeah, it does target him. Walk him down at the start of the turn, the Ruffian action. If that target is not more than 5 damage away, five spaces away. So we got away from that. That's what's important. And that is going to be the end of Georgie Irongut's turn. Now, we haven't completed any of the cool abilities for either of the other 2. I've been trying with our guy Norman Fishboy, but I haven't been able to pull it off. So I think what we're going to do, yeah, she's not going to get the safety first, that's for sure. We could get the provoker and trigger the next breakpoint, but I don't know how she can do that. What she can do is, Norman is hurt and Norman's got to fight. So she can move. She's got tons of movement. She's got an 8 movement. So she could literally go, well, let's look at the haystack again. The haystack, 1 mox. You're nearly invisible. Yeah, we don't want, I'm not going to worry about that right now. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right up behind. Oh, wait. Nope, I can't take it back. Norman Fishboy's first. He does not have to move. He's 1, 2, 3, 4 away. He has to move 1 there, I think, to attack. So we'll start by moving 1. Now, he's only got 2 mocks. So if he uses his reliable rod to attack, which I think would trigger a breakpoint. Do I try the hat again is the question. I mean, we got to get this guy beat, but I want to get these achievements done, these feats. So I got to roll an 8+. Let me think about it. I just don't know if I want to waste the time on it. Okay, I think what we're going to do, I'm going to mix these up a bit here. Take a random one and see. Come on, we need 8+. Come on. A 9. Oh, 9. Awesome. All right, so this triggers 1 mox. Roll on an 8+. Remove yourself from the board. Return to the board adjacent to the Ruffian at the start of your next turn. So we come off the board for this turn, and that also completes one of our feats. Here it is, Magician. Have your townsfolk removed from the board without being knocked out. That just happened. I think we're going to take the 3 gold because I don't know if, well, it might be a good time to trigger the next event because it's going to miss with that. I think we're going to do the 1 point of damage. But man, we're low on gold. We're not going to be able to buy much next turn if I don't take the 3 gold. I'll give him 5 and then he'll get some more at the beginning. I think we're going to bite the bullet and take the money instead. So he's now up to 5 coins with that. Okay. But that gives us 2 we can still achieve. He wants to achieve at least 1 more with a point, so Georgie and he are not tied. But he's off the board for the moment, and that's going to end his turn, unfortunately. And then we have our Henlo. Now, Henlo is about to die, so I have to be very careful there, too. And let's see. I think the best thing that she can do, we didn't do any damage, so I think the best thing she can do, she's just going to move up to the front of the haystack here, but then we're going to try and use the haystack. Wait, she's got 3 mocks, right? It costs 2 mocks. Oh, I can't put those back on. Dang it. Oh, that's frustrating. She's going to spend a moxie to hide in the haystack. Let's hope we roll well on that as well. A 6. Does that do it? Yeah, it's a 5+. Okay. You are nearly invisible. Remove yourself from the board. Return to the board on a square next to the Heidi haystack at the start of your next turn. If the haystack is removed from the board for any reason while you're hiding, you are knocked out. Okay, well, it won't be, but she is now off the board as well, and that ends our turn. So now we're going to go to Deputy Wagons. Well, the perfect shot does not go off because Georgie Irongut is more than 5 away, so that is nullified. We're going to take the next card. Chew Toy. Well, we've seen this one before. Closest target outside of terrain piece. Okay. Move. Man, he doesn't have any stuff. Well, yeah, I guess he's got the turtle shell. Can't use it, but he's got it. Move toward the target. If Wagons reaches them, do 1 damage. That might be the end of Georgie. Let me see. This is why I should have moved farther away. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, gosh. Georgie's going to get knocked out. Okay. Deal 1 damage. Then, if the target has an accessory equipped, Wagons snatches it. Snatches the target. Discards the equipment accessory. Wait, discards it. Oh my gosh. And Wagons gains 1 movement. This is different than the other one. Okay, so we are going to discard, I guess, what choice do we have? We're going to have to discard the turtle shell. That means it's gone. It's going to go be discarded. That sucks. Okay, not unequipped, but discarded. And Georgie Irongut takes a damage and is knocked unconscious. I mean, he's out of the game. That's it for Georgie Irongut. He was abandoned by his companions and took the hit and went down. And then, of course, this particular chew toy ability grants Wagons another movement, so he's got a movement of 7 now. But that's his turn. So with Georgie Irongut out of the picture, we're gonna start the next round with Norman Fishboy. Man, we got a lot to do to beat Deputy Wagons. Okay, and I'm probably not playing very well. It's my first game of this since I did the tabletop simulator one, so we'll see. Georgie gets to appear somewhere next to Wagons. So he's going to appear right here, right behind him. He will move 1, 2, 3 back to the well and then attack him with the rod from a distance. Now he has a 2 thing. Now this is going to end his turn. He's got a 2, accuracy. So he needs a 6+, but he's going to add 2 to this. A 9. God, I wish we'd get a 10. That'd be a critical, but we still hit, meaning we did 1 point to the Ruffian, to Wagons, and that's going to cause another break point. One of the things important to note is when you hit a break point, the turn for that person ends. So it is, and we draw another card. So that is the end of Norman Fishboy's turn. He's probably going to get attacked. Sad howl. Wagons squeaks out a pathetic howl. Now isn't the time for empathy. Target none. Wagons' sorrowful howl coaxes the team out from hiding. All townsfolk that are inside a train piece are moved 4 squares towards Wagons, then play the next card in the action deck. So that actually doesn't happen because no one, well, hold on, that's weird. So she's not actually in a train piece. Okay. Return to the game board. See, it says remove yourself from the game board. So she is not in the haystack. So I'm going to say that does not take effect. I think that's fair. It says, again, inside a train piece. She's not inside a train piece, and when she returns, she has to be outside the train piece. So we're going to draw another card. Dig up. Wagons digs up an old toy. All townsfolk with his 5 squares of the vegetable patch. Well, that's going to be Fishboy. Attempt to move completely into the vegetable patch. If Wagons enters the vegetable patch, even partially, trigger the after effect. Well, he can easily enter it, so we'll do this. All targets are pelted with dirt and take 1 damage. The target closest to Wagons is smacks something hard. They receive the first accessory from the peddler deck and may equip it immediately. Oh, that's kind of cool. So he's digging stuff up and throwing it around. Let's go look at that. So first it says he's going to move completely into the patch. So we'll move him 1, 2, 3, and he'll turn around. That's what it said to do. It didn't say move to the closest person. And then Norman, who's the only one on the board, is going to take a 2nd damage. That means he can only take 1 more damage. But we'll just pull a random item deck out. He's going to get whatever it is. He's going to get it, and he can equip it immediately. What is it? Heavy overalls. He doesn't have any. This is good. +3 max hit points. And -1 mox. He won't be able to use his weapon, so he cannot equip this. He's not going to equip it. That is not a good item for him, because his mox is not good enough. If he does that, he will not be able to use his weapon, so we're not going to do that. But that is the end of Wagons' turn. So, I'm sorry, that was the break point. That is not the end of Wagons' turns. Now, Henlo's turn. She's going to appear right here, where she will move 1, 2, 3, and she is going to use her pinch provisions, 2 mox, to heal Norman Fishboy. So that will allow her to heal 1 on Norman, which puts him to, he's only got 2 damage on him now, but little does she know that he gets this. Cherished, if you're healed by another townsfolk, achieve this feat. I can get 2 coins or +1 movement this fight. Do I want the extra movement? I think I'm going to take the 2 coins, but he does have that. And the reason I'm taking the money is we're going to need money. We're going to need some stuff next turn. And yeah, we'll do that. So he's up to 7 coins now. So he's doing all right on the coins. Henlo's got 3, and Georgie's got 2 coins. And that's where Georgie's going to stay. He can't do anything else. So that is the end of that. The last card that he has that he could get his get done is this one, this gear deprived. If a ruffian action causes a piece of your gear to be discarded or unequipped to achieve this feat, he has not. So, yeah, he has not done that. So that's not. It could be possible with the way Wagons works, but he has not done that so far. And this poor thing, she just can't get these done. I mean, she doesn't have 7 coins. She'd have to get one of these to get 7 coins. She hasn't been able to get to the trigger, and there's no more left. So this one cannot be done. This one cannot be done. And this one cannot be done. So none of her feats are going to trigger. She's going to fail this round, but at least she's not dead. Okay, well, that is actually the end of the round for both players. We are actually back to Deputy Wagons. Now, he's only got 3 health left, so we might be able to get him, but it's going to be rough. And I got a little trick up my sleeve, but let's see what happens here. The landscape is littered with little surprises from Wagons. Target all townsfolk inside a terrain piece. There aren't any. Attempt to move completely into the closest terrain feature. Each target looks down and finds themselves knee-deep in heaping pile of doggy droppings. Take 1 damage and must unequip any equipped leg gear card. Any target that did not have leg gear equipped loses 1 movement. There's 2 types of cards in this, and this is called What's That Smell? I think the other one's called something else, but they're similar, but slightly different. But it says, target all townsfolk, so it does not have a target on this. That means it does not happen. All right, and that's going to be the end of his turn, so we lucked out there. Georgie, sorry, not Georgie, he's gone. Norman Fishboy, I think we'll move 1, 2, 3, 4 to there, where he will first, at no cost, play his rusty pistol. So he pulls it out and he shoots at Wagons. Says, looks like it might be good for 1 more shot. Keep this card face down in front of you. You may reveal it any time. When you do, roll a 3 plus and deal 1 damage to the ruffian. Discard this activation. Discard after activated. So let's see if we can do it. A 6. So we do knock down Wagons to 3 health with that card, and that is discarded. And then we're going to take his normal attack with his reliable rod. We rolled a 6. That's what he needs to hit anyway, but he had a 2 accuracy, so he hits him for another one. That brings him down to 2. We're not far away. I guess it's time to take a risk with Henlo. Henlo is going to go 1, 2 to right there, and she is going to attempt. Now, she's got a terrible chance to do it. She's got a -3, so she needs an 8 or better to hit with the sickle, but it's better than the sharp stick in the eye, right? So let's see if she can do it. We'll get rid of this die. She needs an 8 or better. Come on! A 6. She will fail. So she goes in and attempts to do that. She only moved 2. She's got a lot of movement, so I think she's then going to go, so she doesn't die. Let me see. She's got 8 movement. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and she'll go right there. Okay. Again, though, that's the end of the turn. It's Wagons' turn again. We're so close. I think Fishboy can get Wagons unless something terrible happens in this turn. And we didn't get some of the stuff we could have off the board, but we got what we could. Memorize scent. Wagons pounces on you and gives you a hearty sniff. He's got your scent now. Target, closest townfolk. That's going to be Norman. Move towards the target. If Wagons reaches them, deal 1 damage. So that's all he does right there. Norman is now at 3 damage. After effect. Keep this card in front of the target. If an action would target the closest townfolk outside a terrain piece, you are always considered as a possible target, as long as you're on the board. Okay. Well, that's not good, but that's the end of his turn, and we're going to Norman Fishboy. Fishboy can end it right now. We'll see, because he's got 1 health left. Or he's got 2, actually, so we're not going to be able to end it right now, but we're going to attack for 2. Let's see if we can get done here. A 2. Oh, he failed. Oh, my gosh. So he used his 2 mocks to attack. Even with his high accuracy, he failed. So we're going to move away. He's only got a movement of 4. So I guess he'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and get right there. And then I think what we're going to do, we've got 3 mocks, 2 mocks to, well, the wheat sickle only takes 1 moxie. So we're going to do pinch provisions again from Henlo. That's her special ability on Norman to heal him 1 point of damage. That is done. And what I'm talking about is, if you've forgotten, this ability. And it doesn't cost anything to move in and out of the corn patch. So it's going to go anything extra. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there, and hope we're going to try and attack him again. We've got to get him down. So let's see if we can do this. A 6. God, he missed again. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's it. Yeah, 8. That's as far as she's going to get. Now, it's very likely that Wagons is going to attack Fishboy, which is going to happen right now. And we only got 2 cards left in the deputy deck. We got to get this done. Dancing with friends. Wagons thinks you're dancing with him, but you're just dodging bullets. Target all townsfolk within 6 squares. That's both of them. Keep those feet moving, or else you'll lose them. All targets plus movement. All targets roll plus movement. Okay, got it. So we'll start with Norman. His movement is 4. We're going to roll a die. 4, so that's going to be an 8. And let's see, 7 to 12. Ouch! Right through the kidney. Take 1 damage. So Norman is back up to just 1 damage left before he's out. This is going to be tight, y'all. Man, I wish we could have done that, but we didn't. And then we're not done yet either. But then we're going to roll again for Henlo. Now, she's got a movement of 8, so she rolled an 8, 9, 10, 11. She rolled an 11. So it's here. Really? She's out. That's it. Henlo is out. Wow, this is harder than I thought it'd be. Okay, Henlo just got knocked out, so she is gone. Put her on her board there, and that's going to be it. Now, that's not exactly it, because it says then move Wagons towards the furthest townfolk. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to right there. That's it. Man, there's no way for me to do 2 damage this turn. But let's see here. I don't remember if I reshuffle. I'll have to check. I don't recall if I reshuffle his deck or not. Okay, anyway, we're going to attack one more time, and then we're going to move away. So we got 2 mocks to attack. A 4. That's still going to hit for him because of his accuracy. He needs a 6. He's got a 2 accuracy. So he still hit, doing 1 point of damage to Wagons. That means that Wagons only has 1 point left. Wow. Hold on. I want to check something quickly. Okay, yeah. When we go through that last card, which is going to happen right now, we will reshuffle if we get a chance to. Gallivant. Wagons frolics across the landscape without a care in the world. Target none. Turn towards the closest townfolk and move forward. Any townfolk that collides with Wagons during the action phase takes 1 damage. If Wagons ends his movement inside a trained piece, trigger the after effect. Well, it's not going to matter because Georgie couldn't take that last damage. So basically, he's going to move toward, well, it says move, turn toward the closest target and move forward. And he moves 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. So right to the end of the board, but that knocks Norman there, and he takes 1 damage, which is enough to put him down. So I don't know what happens. Well, I guess we couldn't even make it past the chump. Oh my gosh. Wow, that was awful. Well, that's the way that it goes, right? I probably played pretty poorly. I'm going to have to review this video and see what I did here, but I'm just going to see. I mean, when I played on Tabletop Simulator, I actually won. So I got to see what happens when I don't, right? What happens if combat factors in victory? Okay. Orange stats, getting knocked out. Losing the game. Players lose the game if all townfolk are knocked out during a fight, or if all remaining townfolk are removed from the board with no way to return. If this occurs, the game is over. So Wagons knocked out Fishboy, and we were down. We're down for the count. That was awful. Huh. Well, I don't want to end with this game yet. So maybe we'll take a redo and we'll pick a new chump to start with or something. Maybe I didn't have the best mix of characters. I only had 1 ranged character, which may have been a problem of the 3. And really, Henlo, except for doing some healing, was pretty ineffective. And that could have been just my playing of her. I've never played that character before. I did play Norman Fishboy. He was the most effective, and so because I knew how to play him. But and the magic hat thing was cool, but we don't win anything. We get nothing. We lost the game. So I'm going to review this because I feel like I made a few mistakes. I'm sure you'll tell me if I did, and we can get those posted. Because again, this is kind of, I wouldn't say it's a totally blind playthrough because I played it back on Tabletop Simulator and I reread the rules. But, you know, with a game with a lot of complex, like, subtle things going on, even though the actual mechanics are quite simple, there's a lot of actions and a lot of things happening. Might miss some things. Well, anyway, I'm going to get this posted for you to laugh at me over, and we'll see how that goes. All right, take care, and I'll talk to you in the next episode.